What's up? Good. You can hear me? Right.
JT, you're going to be playing a defense. They, to their own, they've described themselves at times as inconsistent. Very talented, though. How do you view the defense you're about to face? Does it compare with anybody you play this year?
No, I think it's going to be probably the best defense we're going to play this year, best team overall. And I think they got the guys to make big plays, not just at one position, but at several spots. And I think it's going to be a good test for both teams for sure.
As you reflect through the season, you said this a little bit back in Columbus, but this seems to be a season where you earned the job later in the season. So you were developing timing with your teammates at a later point in the season. How did it affect your overall performance in the year? As you view your year as a whole, do you kind of look at it the same way, like it's highs and some lows?
Yeah, there's definitely highs and lows. I wouldn't say that, being that I, earned the job in later year, that affected my performance early on in the year. It was just for the simple fact that I feel like guys were getting open and I just wasn't giving them the ball. One of those type deals, like I wasn't playing well. It was more on myself. So it really wasn't, I'm not going to blame it on, the situation that we were in as quarterbacks or, not getting the time in with the receivers. I could have done a better job of doing all that. So I think there was definitely some highs and some lows. That's in each season. But I think there was more highs than lows for sure.
Speaking of that, at the end of the year, you all played arguably one of the best games that Ohio State played in a while against Michigan, especially considering the caliber of opponent. How, I guess it's kind of generic to say, but how good were you all, in particular in the second half?
Yeah, we were on a little roll in the second half, being that I feel like we kept it real simple, knowing that they were going to give us base things when we got tempo, and so with that, guys were able to play fast and do their thing, just play their game at a high level, playing fast, knowing that you're going to get a certain look to whatever we were doing. So I think that just put a lot of confidence in us, and then we went out there and just performed well with that confidence.
Having said that, how critical is tempo in this game?
It's definitely going to be a part of our game. It's who we are as an offense. So with that, I think it's going to be hopefully good for us. I'm pretty sure it might be ready for it, but it's part of it. It's crucial in any game we play in because that's who we are.
You're probably going to play your last game with Zeke in this game, probably. Just a thought of him as a football player, overall, everything he does, not just running the ball, but blocking, all the things that he brings to a team. How big is a difference maker? How good a player is he from your perspective, being under the same backdrop?
Right. Like you said, Zeke does a lot of things well. When it comes from not just running the ball, but blocking, whether it be run blocking or pass blocking. I honestly played with a lot of running backs while I played football, and most running backs I could pass block, but I don't know if I've seen people chop down people in the open field like Zeke does. And that just goes to him being selfless, and I think as a running back, that's kind of hard to do because you want the ball, you want to make the plays, but for him to lead block for me on a run or for one of our H's on a run, that just shows that he really cares about the team and cares about winning. So I think that speaks more about him as a person than, carrying the ball for 200 and some yards.
JT, you peaked against Michigan, and now have to wait 5 weeks to play. How difficult is it to regain the momentum you had there?
I don't think it's that bad. I think our practices have gone well. I think we've done a good job of being focused. So I don't think our momentum is going to be thrown off. I think we're going to be ready to go for this game. It's not like we're not playing a good opponent or something. You know what I'm saying? So we're playing Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. I think we're going to be ready to go for this one for sure.
Ed Porter said your best practice yesterday. How do you feel personally going into the game?
I feel good going in the game. I think confident in where we're at as an offense and what we're trying to do. So I feel, like I said, I just feel confident.
How do you feel about you playing your first ever bowl game?
Yeah, yeah, I'm going first bowl game. I feel good. Like I said, at ease about everything. Confident in what we're doing as an offense. I think we're playing well right now, and that's where you want to play well at the end of the year when games count the most. So right now, I think we're just at a good place offensively, which is, very good to feel about.
When you're getting ready to play this game, getting ready to play the last game, you had 18 seniors and a bunch of guys who might be going pro as well. I just wonder what it means to you all to send those guys out, not only as winners, but the seniors have been 50 games.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it, and that's who you want to play for. You want to play for the seniors because those are guys that, stayed here, been through the ups and downs of, teams. And so with that, you play hard for those guys knowing that, some of them, they might not ever play, football again. So you want to have them go out with a win, and you play hard for those guys. So, yeah, that's the crazy thing about 50 wins. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can't say that, and we're going to try to make sure that our guys go out with that 50th win for sure.
One of those guys potentially is Cardale. Chance he might be playing his last game. Your relationship is well documented, but how much, as a friend, how supportive are you of him if he were to get an opportunity in the game, which I suppose is possible?
Yeah.
That he ends his career the way that you would want to see him in his career.
Right, Cardell's my guy, and I think that even throughout this year, it's just more encouraging for both of us. Did we both want to play? Did we want to play as an individual? Yes. That's part of being a competitor. But then, too, when the other person was in, we wanted him to do well in order for the team to do well, if that makes sense. So if he was coming in the game, it'd be all support. And, like I said, that's my guy. So I'm going to wish him the best and then have him go out on a good note, too, with a win, for sure.
On the indecision between the two of you throughout the season, obviously it wouldn't necessarily help both of you. I don't know that necessarily hurt both of you. How do you view the way that the competition affected the performance of both players?
I think it was one of those deals where you just didn't want to mess up. So it was one of those type deals you're playing not to mess up. So instead of just playing with confidence, and if something bad happens, so in the game, things are going to happen that are unfortunate. So bad things are going to happen. So with that, it's really the next play and how you go about that. So when you try to not mess up is when you do. So when you do mess up, it's almost like you put so much more on that mess up, if that makes sense. So, I think that I know for myself, not really speaking for Cardell, but for myself, that's how I felt at times. That I was trying to play perfect and not mess up, but then realizing that, JT, you're going to mess up. And it's really like how you play after that. It's not trying to mess up. So I know that was for me. I really can't speak for Cardell, but I know that was kind of my thoughts as the year was going on, and especially in camp. So
It seems like that stress wasn't. Joey Bosa mentioned a lot this year about the stress that he felt through the season. Do you all feel like that stress is gone?
yeah, I feel like it's gone. For the teams that have been number one in the country, they could probably say this. It's not easy being number one because when it comes to the media or fans, you're supposed to beat everybody by 1,000 points and have 2,500 yards of total offense. So it's just one of those type of deals. It's almost like we couldn't do anything right. Almost, we win a game and we would fight ourselves to enjoy to win that game, even though we knew we didn't play well. And that's a good thing too. If you know you can get better throughout the year, that's a good thing. That's not a problem. But it was almost like we had to fight ourselves to enjoy a win, which I don't think you should go about it. And I think if we could go back, I think that would be one of the things we'll probably change, is just enjoying the fact that, we're out there playing with each other, good dudes around us, and we're out there winning football games, in which at times we didn't really focus on that. We were trying to, like I said, be perfect as a team and do so well that it did stress us out. So.
What do you think the strength of Notre Dame's defense is?
I'll probably say the front seven. They play faster, good linebackers and D-line. Play fast, good at reading things out. I think they play well on the run. So if they see a play developing, just reacting and trying to stop the play, I think that's what they're good at.
JT, Notre Dame will be in a similar situation as you guys were next year with their quarterback situation. What advice do you have to maybe the Notre Dame quarterbacks dealing with, a battle like that?
Yeah, somebody else asked me that earlier, and I was telling Malik is one of my friends. I met him at the Elite 11 quarterback in 2012 when we were seniors in high school, and we talked about it a little bit. And it was I was just telling him that at the end of the day, you only control what you can control, and I think I tend to not focus on that as much. Where I started to later in the year, where it's like, if I could be my best, then that's all I could be at the end of the day. And then just have trust in the coaches that they're going to do their jobs well, and that's evaluating players and, deciding who's going to be the best person to play. So I think that's one of the things that I focused on later in the year in order to help me play well, and that's what I told him. And because that's at the end of the day, that's all you can do. You can't do anything outside yourself. That's part of it. So I think the main thing is to control what you can control, and then leave it in the coach's hands and have faith in them that they're going to do their job, and you're going to be the starting quarterback, basically. So,
Thanks.
it's a problem.